Hello everyone, my name is Milana and today I will present my Capstone project on the topic Global Standardization versus Local Authenticity, a strategic analysis of Wendy's and Bahanzi restaurant. Why is this topic important? The restaurant business today is the battleground between global giants and local heroes. To understand the case to success in this competitive environment, I conducted a competitive analysis of two companies. Global company A, Wendy's, as a standard for a standardized, scalable business model. And local company B, the restaurant Bahanzi, whose name translated as treasure, which perfectly reflects its niche, authentic concept. The purpose of this project is to show how a local Kazakh brand Bahanzi can adopt test global practices from Wendy's to become more sustainable, digital capable, and deployed-centered. Objectives is compare the two firms across frameworks, identify actionable recommendations, and deliver a 12-month KPI-driven roadmap. All the materials, analytics, and conclusions are collected in my e-portfolio, which I will show later. Wendy's is essentially a high-precision global hamburger production machine. Founded in 1969, it has built its brand of the philosophy of freshness. Their business model is based on franchising and the total standardization of all processes, from freezing patties to customer communication scripts. Their main asset is their instant brand recognition and global logistics, which allows them to provide the same taste anywhere in the world. Their target audience is broad, value speed, predictability, and value. Wendy's began in 1969 and scaled into a global quick service leader. Case traits is consistent KSR programs, food safety, hunger relief, heavy investment in digital and data analytics, and structured employee development programs. These pillars drive brand trust and operational consistency worldwide. Bahanzi is the complete opposite. It's not a chain, but a unique treasure of your city. Its straight lies in its authenticity, cozy atmosphere, and focus on local products and recipes. Its business model is an independent restaurant where the menu can change depending on the season and the availability of local farmers. The key asset here is not standardization, but uniqueness, personal relationships with guests, and deep integration into the local community. His audience is not just looking for food, but for unique gastronomic experience. Now let's move from general concepts to a specific comparative analysis based on key criteria. This slide clearly demonstrates the fundamental gap between the two business models. In the field of CSR, Wendy's approaches global programs, such as safety initiatives and hunger relief. Their charity is centralized and part of the brand's global strategy. On the other hand, Bahanzi focuses on local community events, such as sponsoring local celebrations or school activities. Their strength lies in direct judgment, but is often informal and lacks a systematic approach. In finance, Wendy's has centralized reporting, strict KPIs, and franchise model where every element is managed by data. Bahanzi's finance is typically manual accounting and focuses only on cash flow, which includes daily revenue and operational expenses. In marketing, Wendy's use the power of global brand recognition and standardized campaigns. Bahanzi's marketing is built on local identity and cultural authenticity, creating a deep connection but limiting reach. Based on this analysis, the growth points for Bahanzi become clear. I propose a two-level strategy. First, quick wins. Immediately implement basic KPIs to measure performance and start basic detalization. For example, set up a simple spreadsheet to keep track of the most popular dishes and launch social media pages. Second is standardization of operations. This is a strategic step. Here we propose a synergistic approach. The Wendy's model provides consistency that can be adapted. Think of the standard operating procedures for opening and closing a restaurant. And Bahanzi provides a uniqueness that this system should protect and enhance but not suppress. That is, to systematize the routine in order to free up more time and resources for creativity and create that most unique experience. Thus, this analysis doesn't simply state the differences, but serves as a map for transferring the best practices from the global model to the local model in order to strengthen it without depriving it of its soul. And now that we have this map, we can move on to the specific action plan. So let's move on to the action plan. This is behind this transformation roadmap for the next year. It is divided into 4 quarters and aims to achieve sustainable growth without compromising authenticity. The first quarter is about laying the foundation. First month, we conduct an audit and set up analytics. Second month, we organize a professional photo shoot for social media. The next month, we launch online table reservations. At this stage, we are building a digital foundation. The second quarter is when we actively attract an audience. Month 4, we launch regular stories about the restaurant life. Month 5, we hold our first themed dinner. Month 6, we start working with bloggers and launch a loyalty program. Here we create events and form a permanent core of guests. The third quarter is about growth and scaling. Month 7, implementing a CRM system to know our guests by sight. Month 8, conducting cooking workshops. And month 9, establishing partnership with travel agencies. We turn one-time successes into systemic practices. The final quarter is for analyzing and planning. Month 10, we run targeted advertising. Month 11, we collect feedback from guests. And the next month, we use this data to make plans for the next year. Expected results in 12 months. 25% increase in revenue. 20% increase in the number of regular guests. And most importantly, a strong, recognizable brand ready to reach new heights. The key recommendations is strengthen digital presence, social media development of authentic experience, introduction of themed dinners or masterclasses, optimization of operations, implementation of a simple CRM system for tracking regular guests. Now let's see how the strategic differences we identified manifest themselves in the most sensitive area of modern business, technology and digitalization. This is perhaps the most striking example of the gap between the two models. Wendy's demonstrates a mature, comprehensive digital ecosystem here. This is not just an ordering app, but a whole technology strategy. The mobile app serves not only as an ordering tool, but also as a platform for a loyalty program, keeping customers within its ecosystem. Self-order kiosks are a brilliant solution from several angles. They reduce the workload of staff, speed up service during peak hours, and importantly increase the average check, as customers don't hesitate to add a dessert when ordering through the screen. AI order analytics is the brain of entire system. Real-time algorithm analyze sales, predict demand, and helps optimize inventory. At the same time, Bahandi's current digital strategy appears fragmented and reactive. Their presence in the digital environment depends on their partners. Delivery is carried out through aggregators such as Glovo. This provides coverage, but it takes a significant portion of the margin and prevents the restaurant from directly interacting with the customer. Marketing and communication are mainly based on Instagram. For the full transparency and depth of my research, all the materials of this Capstone project have been systematized in my electronic portfolio. As you can see on the slide, my e-portfolio has a clear structure. On the title page, you will find information about me, my professional principles, and an overview of all my projects I have completed during my studies. The project page is entirely dedicated to this study. It contains all the information about the companies being analyzed. Finally, the weekly progress section shows the live progress of my work throughout the course. In conclusion, this project shows that both global and local restaurants can be successful, but they follow different strategies. The main recommendation for a local business like Bahandi is not to compete directly with giants like Wendy's. Instead, it should smartly adopt some of their tools. By using technology for online booking, customer loyalty, and data analysis, Bahandi can work more efficiently. Ultimately, the future for local businesses is bright. By combining their unique identity with smart business system, they can build a strong and sustainable brand for years to come. Thank you for your attention.